Hello, my name is Bisht and my roll number is 2501468 and this video is created as a part of the IEP course. My topic is groundwater depletion as an economic crisis. Now starting off, India is the world's largest user of groundwater. But here's the real problem, right? We are not just running out of water, we are running out of economic stability as well. Because groundwater is what silently powers Indian agriculture, rural employment and food security. And yet it's disappearing faster than we think. Groundwater refers to water stored beneath the earth's surface and aquifers. Now in India, it's not just a resource, it is the backbone of the economy because it supports about 62% of irrigation, provides 85% of rural drinking water and nearly 50% of urban water supply. And India extracts around 240 billion cubic meters of groundwater every year, which is the highest in the world. But here's the main issue. We are extracting water faster than it can recharge itself. This is what economists call an overexploited common resource. Now, why is this an economic problem really? This is not just an environmental crisis, it's a multi-layered economic crisis. The first of it being agricultural collapse risk. Groundwater supports nearly 60% of irrigation. Falling water levels mean higher irrigation costs, crop failures, and reduced farm incomes. In states like Punjab and Haryana, farmers now drill wells 200 feet deep, compared to just 30 feet a decade ago. The second one being employment shock. Groundwater has been called India's invisible employer because it sustains real jobs. As water declines, farming cycles shorten, demand for labor falls, and rural wages drop. Thirdly, public health and productivity loss. Contaminated groundwater affects millions. Studies show 1 in 5 districts have unsafe groundwater. This leads to higher healthcare costs as well as lower workforce productivity. Lastly, fiscal burden on government. Now, policies like free electricity and subsidized irrigation, they encourage overuse of groundwater. This creates a policy trap because government incentives lead to overuse, they're on to crisis and they're on to more subsidies and the cycle goes on forever. Now, why is this exactly happening? Following are the root causes. The first one is distorted incentives. Farmers are incentivized to grow water-intensive crops like rice and sugarcane due to MSP policies. Secondly, free electricity. Farmers face zero marginal costs for pumping water, which is over-extraction. Thirdly, weak regulation. Groundwater is treated as a private resource and not a shared one. Fourthly, climate change. Irregular monsoons reduce natural recharge. In fact, extreme rainfall often increases runoff rather than absorption. Now let's take a real-world example in this case. For example, Rajasthan. Over 70% of groundwater units are now overexploited despite record rainfall. Or Telangana. It may reach a zero groundwater day by 2034 if current trends continue. Now these are not future risks, they are ongoing economic shocks. But this crisis is solvable, requiring structural reforms. The first one being crop diversification. We can shift from rice and sugarcane to millets and pulses, which require less water and are more climate resilient. Secondly, reform subsidies. We can replace free electricity with direct income support. It can reduce overuse of incentives. Thirdly, water pricing and regulation. We all can treat groundwater as a shared economic resource and not just private property. Fourthly, micro irrigation. We can use strip irrigation, which reduces water usage by 30 to 50%. And lastly, data and monitoring. We can use satellite as well as AI to track groundwater usage and enforce limits. To conclude, India's groundwater crisis is not just about water. It is about economic sustainability, food security and livelihoods as well. If ignored, it could quietly become one of the biggest economic crises India has ever faced. And the most dangerous part, it's happening underground where no one is even looking. Thank you.